Coming to you from Seattle tonight, where the roof at Safeco Field has been closed for comfort. It's time for Game 3 of this 4-game series between the Oakland A's and the Seattle Mariners. Two of the best bats in the business go at it next on the show. Drew Smyly is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Mariners. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, it's hard to have all 4 of your pitches on, but I think if this guy can have 2 or 3 of his 4 pitches and have command of them, he's going to have a really good game.
Here's Rajay Davis now. He is, of course, a guy to be wary of if he gets on base. Stolen base total leads the ball club.
Rajay Davis.
And the first pitch is chopped foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. And HR, you take a look at these Seattle Mariners entering play here tonight. They come in not exactly setting the world on fire as they've dropped 5 of their last 8 ball games.
Yeah, Matt, I mean, it's been a little bit of up and down inconsistency. I mean, they're 2-3 in this homestand. Haven't played solid baseball, but they got a chance to get to the 500 mark with a win in this game right here. And then after that, who knows? Maybe get on a nice streak.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And this is swung on and missed on a great pitch that time. And the leadoff man is down on strikes to get this one started. And here's a shot of the Athletics starting lineup for this one. HR, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Well, this is the new model of teams that we see. Strikeout doesn't matter. They're the top 3rd in the league in strikeouts, so we're going to see a lot of swings and misses today. But if they catch one, look out.
Now batting, Marcus Semien. Previous battles with Drew Smyly, 2 for 11. First delivery to him on the way. And a neck-high fastball that time. Time to take a look at the umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Mike Fillmore.
Now, Fillmore's an interesting case. I call him one of those guys that calls the corners. A little wider, but up and down, he's not giving you much. So if you just put a little square up there, that's him.
Hits this one hard the other way. And he'll take it onto the bag himself. 2 gone now here in the first.
Batting 3rd, second baseman, Joey Wendell.
So digging in now, Joey Wendell. He's hitting just above the banner 300 mark on the season coming into this one. Into the windup and the pitch. And he takes a pitch right down the middle.
I like that he used the curveball to get ahead there. That's a tough pitch to hit in this lefty-lefty matchup. So if you can get it over the plate on the first pitch, it can be pretty effective.
Now a curveball, but he might have flown open a bit. It's 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And he'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now.
Well, it's 2-1 now, and we haven't seen a fastball from him in this at bat yet. As a hitter, you've probably got to sit on that right now.
2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. And he tries to get him to reach for it, but it stays outside. 3-2.
And this is where he's especially dangerous, because if you walk him, he can steal a base on you. But if you lay a fastball in there, he can take you deep, too.
A shot down the first baseline. A dive, but it's off his glove. And by the time he recovers, they'll have no play on him at first. It's an infield single.
So he tried to double up with him on the curveball. The problem with that is the first one you recognize, the second one you hit. Nice job.
Here's Chris Davis now. He's, of course, a long ball threat, currently 3rd in the American League in that category. Here's the first pitch to him. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate here as that misses.
He's getting a little shaky trying to close this inning out. Look, he gives up a base hit. Then he almost hits the guy right here. Got to take a deep breath, throw strikes.
A runner on first with 2 away. Chopped foul right by home plate, and it's a ball and a strike. And that misses. 2-1. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Two out with the man at first. Swing and a miss at a big breaking ball, and that's how the inning comes to an end. The A's strand 1. A's nothing. M's coming to bat. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Daniel Mengden gets the starting nod for the A's in this one. What do you have for us on him, H?
Well, I love watching this guy pitch, and particularly when he's got runners in scoring position. He's a guy that gets better when he has runners on base. So I'm looking forward to seeing if he gets in a jam. What does he do to get out of these jams where his numbers look so good with runners in scoring position?
Leading off for the Mariners.
Here's Gerard Dyson. He enters
Center
play
fielder,
6th in the American
Gerard
League in the batting range.
Dyson.
Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. And Harold, this Oakland ball club entering play here tonight. They're on a nice little run, winners of 4 of their last 5 ball games.
Yeah, Matt, they're showing us they can play in those close games. I mean, both games in this series, they've won by 1 run. I love that. I look at that and I say that's the quality of a team that knows how to win the title.
And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Hit down the line at first, but a foul ball. 1-2 now.
Oh, he's going to want that pitch again. That ball's right down the middle in his wheelhouse. His eyes lit up. He just didn't let it travel deep enough where he could square it and keep it fair.
Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. With a moment here in Seattle, a look at the Mariners starting lineup. What's the key for them tonight, Harold?
Well, the key to me in this one, I'm going to throw a cliche at you, Matt. You know I don't use many cliches. I would have to say have great energy. Play with some enthusiasm. Be excited about playing. And if they do that, man, they carry it through for 9 innings. Look at it.
Gene Segura standing in. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. Here's a fastball called for strike 1. Chris Bassett comes in unexpectedly from the pen in relief of his injured teammate.
40, Chris Bassett.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. was a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. Now here's the pitch. Sinker misses that time, and it's 2-1. And the pitch on 2-1. And here's a slider that runs inside that time, and that'll keep him from diving out over the plate.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1, and now he's really in the driver's seat to see a heater that he can do something with.
Now a swing, but not much behind it as this is lifted into shallow center. In there, a base hit.
Well, that's a nice base hit right there, but it means more than just a nice base hit. The leadoff guy didn't get going, but now here comes the Thunder with a man on base. This is when big innings happen.
Here's Nelson Cruz now, and this is a good-looking matchup for him here. As you can see, he's hit lefties quite a bit better than he has right-handers this season. Throw over to first. A dive, but he's back in there. Set. Here it comes. Hard hit ball to second, and that gets through for a one-out base hit. Now a long throw to third. Throw won't get him.
You talk about a free swinger. First pitch, and he hits a ball that's down and away, and he gets a base hit. Man, that's not what I'm looking for first pitch, but I got to tip my cap to him. He executed it.
Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager, as he rips it on the ground to second. And that'll get by into center field for a base hit. And the run will score as the Mariners get off to a 1-0 lead.
They didn't score a whole lot of runs yesterday. Made some adjustments today, and now they score early. Let's see how they continue to add on throughout the rest of this game.
So striding forward now, Robinson Cano. He comes in currently second on the team in home runs. He's ready. Here's the first offering. A knee-high sinker. Tough pitch. Strike one.
He struggled a bit coming out of the bullpen here, so he needed that strike. Maybe it settles him down a little bit.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low. Middle, and that is through into center field, a base hit. Now a long throw home, and he is in there at the plate. It's now a 2-0 game. Striding into the box, Danny Valencia. On the season, he's hitting just over 290 coming into action here. And a curveball in for a strike. Ground ball to second. This could be two. Scooped up to second for one. On to first. Not in time as he just hits the bag ahead of the throw.
That was kind of a high degree of difficulty play that time. You see the off-balance throw to second base, and he couldn't get a lot on it, but they did get the out.
Here now is Mike Zunino, as he'll watch a slider that runs out of the strike zone away for ball one. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. Pitch on its way now to Zunino. Look out, 2-0 now.
Now with the 2-0 count and the power at the plate, it could be fireworks time. This is the kind of count he makes his money in.
Looking to minimize the damage here. Now a sinker falls in there for a called strike. 2-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. Started that swing a bit too early. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Waved at and missed for the third out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits. No errors and a couple of men left on. We'll head to inning number 2 here at Safeco. The Mariners are on top 2-0. Into the box, Ryan Healy. He'll lead it off here to begin the second.
Third baseman, Ryan Healy.
And that one right down Main Street. Now here it comes. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. Now the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a liner, but this is a foul ball. Chopped foul over towards the dugout. And he takes strike 3 cold on the fastball. 1 gone.
Time for a look at the majestic defensive alignment for the Mariners.
Batting second.
And at second base, Robinson Cano. Maybe one of the smoothest guys that's ever played the game. He plays so easy. It's almost like he's out there listening to jazz when he's catching the ground ball and flipping it to first.
Now at the plate, Mark Canha. It's been a rough go for him at the plate as he enters this one with a season average in the 230s. First pitch on its way. A changeup over the inside corner.
Not a bad take there on that first pitch. Not a real good idea to go up there looking for a changeup to hit. Sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
1-1.
A fastball that just misses inside.
Boy, it's hard to sit on an 0-2 fastball. I think that pitch just locked him up a bit. But lucky for him, it was just a little out of the zone.
Fouled back.
Well, I think he's trying to get that 2-strike fastball out of the zone. Just caught too much of the plate right there. Fortunately, he fouled it off instead of putting it in the seats.
And this is in the air down the left field line and into foul territory. And no, he can't make the play. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And that one stayed too low, apparently.
Well, you talk about fighting. He's fouling balls off, fouling them off in a 1-2 count. He finally took a ball right there. I wonder if he feels more confident or he wants to keep swinging.
Swing and a miss got him reaching. Zunino has it, and he makes the throw to first. Hanna is retired, 2 down now.
The designated hitter, Adam
So striding
Rosales.
in, Adam Rosales. Previous battles with Drew Smiley, he's really struggled 0 for 10. First delivery to him on the way. A cold strike on the inside corner. Now here's the pitch. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Dyson's there. And that ends the inning. A's are gone in order. They're down 2-0. Now at the plate, Mike Freeman. He'll start us out here in the home half of the second.
Mike Freeman.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Now here's the pitch. And he lays off for ball 1.
There's that tight slider right there. Just missed getting under the hands. That's a good pitch. I like that pitch. But if you don't get it where you want it, it could be a dangerous pitch to throw.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And he misses 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And the pitch on 2-1. Looped out towards short. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield.
Little soft liner right there dropping into the outfield. He didn't hit it hard, but sometimes those little soft singles get rallies started.
Taylor Motter.
Coming to the plate now, Taylor Motter. He brings a rather ugly 230s batting average into this one. First pitch of the at-bat. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner. Clearly trying to control the running game with the slide step here.
Yeah, that's a good way of trying to control the running game, Matt. The problem with it, though, it has a tendency to throw your command off because you're worrying about that runner on base.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch.
Ball 1.
And the slider stayed low apparently for a ball. Nobody out, runner on first. And this is taken for a cold strike, and he's not in love with that call either. It's 1-2 now.
Look, Matt, this guy's got a great sinker. Here's the key. He's got a runner on first base. This is where you can get that ground ball double play. Make him chase that hard sinker and hit it into the dirt and turn one over for you.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball left side. And that's through for a hit.
This is a hot ball club. After having a big first inning, they come back with back-to-back singles in the second. I wouldn't want to be pitching these guys right now.
Dyson.
Standing in now, Gerard Dyson. He'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. First and second here with nobody out. Now both runners are breaking. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Hit out towards second. Oh, and he has some trouble with it.
Yeah, the pitching coach takes the stroll out to the mound. And with a pitcher this young, you just want to let him know that he's out there for a reason. And to trust what got him here is good enough to get him through this.
Riding in once again, Gene Segura. Given the situation, he's got an opportunity to break this game wide open. Here's the first pitch to him.
That's a ball.
And a fastball just a bit up.
Well, you know, giving up 3 straight hits is bad enough, but now it looks like he's starting to nibble a little bit. It's hard not to when you're getting hit, but you don't want to put yourself in bad counts.
Down the first baseline. And this scoots under his glove. Oh, what a time for that. 1 run scored. And a second run is a front. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
Yeah, with the bases loaded, he didn't walk a run in. So instead, he makes the cardinal mistake of putting it right in the heart of the plate. And when you do that, you're going to pay the price. And that's exactly what happens with a 2 RBI double.
Into the box now, Nelson Cruz, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch. It's strike 1. A base hit in his first trip. And there's ball 1.
He's certainly giving up plenty of hits in this one, but the funny thing is he hasn't walked anyone yet. That tells me he's throwing strikes, but he's just not throwing enough quality strikes.
Hard ground ball to third. And they'll nail him at the plate as he's tagged out.
That could be a tough read for the runner at third because your first instinct is to take off for home on a ground ball. But when it's right at the corner infielder like that, it doesn't take a whole lot to nail you at the plate.
Into the box, Kyle Seager. And look out, as that one ran in and got him.
As a manager, you never really want to put a man on by a hit-by-pitch, but you absolutely hate to have it happen when it loads the bases. Now the pitcher is looking a little shaky, and the threat of a big inning is very real.
Here comes the second baseman, Robinson Cano. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. And a big hit here with the bases loaded could really put this one out of reach early on. Top foul wide of first. Bases are loaded here, 1 man out. Grounded up the first baseline. And this scoots under his glove. Oh, what a time for that. 1 run is scored. And the second run will score as well. And he's safe.
Well, you just keep adding on. That's how you win games. He's a big part of it right here. That's his 3rd RBI, and they extend the lead in this ball game.
Stepping in now, Danny Valencia. He'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball one. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Now some action in that Oakland bullpen as it looks like a lefty started to get it going down there. A 1-0 delivery. Oh, wild pitch, but the catcher is able to knock it down. The runners will hold, but meanwhile the count moves to 2-0. 4 runs here in this half inning. Nope. 3-0 now.
After 2 breaking pitches, a pretty good chance right now you're probably going to get something right in the middle of the strike zone to swing at. So if you're looking for it, go ahead and turn that baby loose.
He's set. Here's the 3-0. Hey. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. Here it is on 3-1. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at. Count is full. Here's the pitch. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. And this is down at knee level as it's chopped foul at home plate. The 3-2 one more time. Out of play. Runners are at second and third with 1 down. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. In to score, the runner from third. Tack on another here as the runner scores from second. It's 8-0. And he is into second base with a 2-run double off the bat. It was pretty clear right away that that hit was going to get him at least 2 bases.
Yeah, Matt, some people like to crow about homers and powering drives, but you have to like hits like this. A no-doubt double the second it left his bat. Like you said, the only question was whether the outfielders were going to be able to keep him at second, which they did.
In now, Mike Zunino, as he'll take a look at ball 1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at bat. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Just a tick behind for a strike.
Well, that is a good pitch. A sinker down with that kind of movement, it is really hard to hit. No wonder he swung and missed.
The 1-1 pitch. Grounded fouled off to the right side. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And here's a ball hit in the air. Fegley waits on it. 2 gone.
Now batting.
And the next batter will be Mike Freeman. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one. Sent on the ground out to second. Wendell right there. Throw on to first will finally retire him as the inning will draw to a close. All told, 10 men come to the plate here. 6 of them score. We'll go now to the top of the third. The M's lead it 8-0. So stepping in, Jake Smolinski. He'll try and do what he can to work toward cutting into this big deficit.
Smolinski.
First offering on its way. First pitch is a fastball inside, 1-0. 1-0 delivery. Out of play off to the right. It's 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards second. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
Well, that's a perfect example of taking the ball inside out. You know, you hear that terminology,
Ninth,
stay inside the
catcher.
ball. Right there, he took the ball inside and shot it the other way for the base hit.
Ready now, Josh Phegley. Previous battles with Drew Smyly, 5 for 9. Here's the first pitch to him. And, oh, looked inside, but that's ruled as strike, 0-1. And this one's in the dirt. Good job keeping it close as the count goes to 1-1. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Chasing after it is Dyson. He's there and records the first out. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. Oh, and the throw back in is a wild one. Throw into second, not in time. He took a chance tagging up, but made it pay off. So a struggle that time for him in center field, and as a result, he'll be tagged with the E8 on the play. Here's Rajai Davis now. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Down the third baseline. This is foul for the first strike. Runner at second here with 1 man out. Now a ball hit fouled off to the right and up into the crowd. Oh, and 2, here it comes. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
Well, it looks like he tried to waste one and get him to chase it. He didn't, but you're still sitting pretty. Now you're 1-2, and you showed him the high fastball.
And he popped him up, drifting back behind first. Freeman takes charge out there, and he stays with it for the second out.
The batter, shortstop, Marcus Semien.
Digging in to try it again, Marcus Semien. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch on its way. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
Well, he's really peppering the zone right there, going up in the zone. I wonder if he stays there the whole time. Usually you'll see that with 2 strikes, not with no strikes.
Here's the 0-1. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Fouled straight back. One and 2, here it comes.
Ball, that's high.
And a fastball just a bit high. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Outside and a full count, 3-2.
With the meat of the order due up next, you can probably expect to see something you can handle here with the full count as the 2-hole hitter.
2 out here and a runner at second. Line to the right side. And that's in there. Base hit. Smolinski rounds the corner and is headed home. And not in time as the run scored.
Well, to get the 2-out RBI. I go back to that error earlier in the inning and set the whole inning up. And the way it's playing out right now, that may really hurt them.
Standing in now, Joey Wendell. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0. Trying to keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single. From the stretch. And he watches one miss outside. 2-0 now.
Well, here's a guy we know is swinging it pretty well at the plate lately, and based on those last 2 pitches, I think I know why. He's doing a great job of putting himself in counts where he's likely to be successful.
Here it comes, 2-0. And that pitch catches the inside corner. A runner on first with 2 away. Hit hard on the ground to second. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. 2 hits lead to a run here for Oakland. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. The Mariners lead it 8-1. Ready for another chance? Taylor Motter. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And that slider's almost in the dirt. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Tough one to lay off. Called a strike. Here's the 1-1 delivery. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
1 strike.
The 2-1 on its way. Hit in the air out to right. Smolinski on the move. 1 away.
The center fielder, number 1, Gerard Dyson.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Gerard Dyson. A hit in 2 tries so far. Into the windup and the pitch. And that sinker misses at the shoe tops. Ball 1. Lined into right field for a leadoff single.
Now batting,
Gene Segura standing in. She doubled earlier and carries a 2-for-2 line into this appearance. Here's a look over to first. And the runner back in standing. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
This is the situation where there's a lot of pressure on the infielders if the ball's put in play on the ground. Both the guy at first and at the plate are burners, so a double play is going to be tough. Even getting 1 out could be a challenge.
Here comes the 1-0. Runners on the move for second. Pitches a cold strike. The throw way late, and he's in there easily at second.
Well, some may say that's a questionable steal with such a big lead, but to me, it's still too early to worry about disrespecting the other team. I've seen leads like this disappear, so they're going to keep trying to pile on.
And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Davis is there. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. And he's up to third safely now with 2 gone in the inning.
The right fielder, number 23, Nelson Cruz.
Here's Nelson Cruz now. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Fastball in there for a called strike.
Even though he let that one go, you know that's the kind of pitch he likes to take a big hack at. Not too many power hitters that don't like a stomach-high fastball, so he's probably not throwing that one again.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
He's falling behind right now after that swing right there. Now he's 0-2. And 0-2, choke up a little bit and try to put the ball in play. You just got to be in battle mode right now.
Here's the 0-2. Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher.
1 out away from stranding that runner on third. So the last thing you want to do is throw a wild pitch and let him score. Nice job there by the catcher to knock that one down.
Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats and left. Here's another 1-2. And that's through into right field for a base hit. Knocks one in the score column as the runner from third crosses the plate.
Had him on the ropes. 2 strikes, made a great pitch. It just didn't work out for him.
Baseman
Nice piece of
number
hitting.
15, Kyle Seager.
Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Last time up, he was hit by a pitch. Here's the 0-1. And that's lifted the other way out to left. Davis is under it, and the inning is over. A run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. On now to the top of inning number 4. It's the M's 9 and the A's 1. Digging in for his second at bat, Chris Davis. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
2, Chris Davis.
First pitch coming. Here it is. High pop up. Freeman posts under it. 1 down.
Now batting.
Hey, every pitcher loves to get quick outs, right? How about that? 1 pitch, 1 out, a pop-up to start the inning.
Next in at the plate is Ryan Healy. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he just misses with a curveball. 1 run on 3 hits and no errors in the ballgame for the A's so far. 1-1.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss as he pulled the string on him. 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in the swing in that location. So a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
So now it's Mark Canha.
Ball 1.
Ball 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. this is popped fouled off to the right and back into the seats. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. 1 run on 3 hits and no errors in the ballgame for the A's so far. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2.
He executed that 1-2 curveball pretty well. I think it's right where he wanted it to end up, but he couldn't get him to chase at it. We'll see what they go with now after that didn't work out.
And he comes back with 1 down and in for ball 3. Adam Rosales would be next. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And a fastball misses there. Ball 4.
Up next for Oakland, the designated hitter, Adam
Stepping
Rosales.
into the box, Adam Rosales. He flew out in his last at-bat. Here comes the first pitch. Belt high and right down the middle for a strike. 2 out with the man at first. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. The 0-2 delivery. Tried to get him to chase the cutter there. A ball and 2 strikes. One and 2. Here it comes. On, he pops it up, drifting just beyond the infield. And Cano will make the catch to retire the side. 1 left for Oakland. They trail big. It's 9-1. Back with Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, as it'll be Robbie Cano settling in to start the inning. First pitch of the at-bat. And Cano out in front of it as he pulls this one foul into the seats down the right side. Hard hit ball to second. But this will be taken in at second base. Good positioning for the first out.
Now batting, designated hitter, Danny Valencia.
Trying to pick things up where he left off. Danny Valencia, 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. And he'll start him with a slider that's taken down and away for ball 1.
Well, this has been a lot of pitches for him out of the bullpen. As you can see there, they're asking a lot of him in this one, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a day off or 2 after this one.
Just missing here, 2-0.
Clearly they're not trying to give him anything to hit, are they? I mean, everything's away, but he's sitting 2-0. Let's see if he extends and maybe looks outside to drive something.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. There's that little sinker right over the outside corner. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hard hit ball to second. And that'll find its way into right field for a 1-out single. So it's a multi-hit game for him as that ball finds a crease into right field. And you can see the M's leaderboard in that category right there as he currently finds himself 3rd best on the squad. Here now it's Mike Zunino. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. from the stretch. Now a swing and a miss as they start him out on a pitch well inside for strike one.
Oh, wow, that's what they call a jam sandwich. Wow, not much you can do with that pitch that's in tight.
On its way is pitch number 75.
Nope, outside.
1-1.
Boy, I like the pitch idea. It looked like he tried to get in the chase right there, make him think that ball's over the plate and it runs away. But he laid off it. I don't know how, but he did.
Pitch on its way now to Zunino.
Ball that's
Plays
outside.
off the slider that time. 2-1.
Looks like he's trying to catch the corner with both those sliders. They just missed. So let's see now. A big question, Matt, is he's going to throw it again and maybe see if he can get a strike this time.
Runner at first here, one man out.
No, that's
Never
ball.
tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3.
Well, now he's falling behind 3-1, and all the pitches have been down. He's trying to get that double play ball, but the strategy has to change now. Now he's got to throw a strike.
Set. Here's the 3-1.
Hey!
Looks at a two-seamer right down the middle.
I think it's a real possibility that they put that runner in first in motion. That would help them stay out of that double play that would end the inning, but that's also kind of risky at the same time.
Runners on first with one down. Swing and a ball hit to the left side, and this is going to wind up a souvenir. Payoff pitch one more time. Drilled right back up the middle. And there's his first base hit in this one. Long throw to third. And he is in there.
A lot of base hits up the middle. Set your sights up the alleys and try to take it back up the middle hard like you did right here. Nice job.
Freeman.
And the next batter will be Mike Freeman. And this is just the eye test talking here, but this reliever looks fatigued to me. Doesn't seem like his stuff is really effective right now.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that, Matty. He's allowed a couple of runners to reach here in the inning, and the command just doesn't seem to be there anymore. I got to think they're going to turn to a bullpen option very soon, if not right away.
Runners are at the corners with one man out. And he gets ahead with a sinker on the outside. With 2 strikes now and a runner at first, do you go for the strikeout or you're still looking for the double play ball?
Well, Matt, I think a lot of that depends on the type of pitcher that you are. If you're a power pitcher, you can go ahead and ride a fastball up in the zone. But if you're a guy that induces a lot of ground balls with a sinker, I think you have to stick with that plan.
Now the 0-2 pitch. He got him. And it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
It's never a good look to strike out looking, but it's way worse when you do it with a guy in scoring position. Those are the times you really want to see a guy battle and at least put the ball in play.
Taylor Motter steps into the box as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Ready with the 1-1. And this is chopped foul near the plate, and the count will move to 1-2 now. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. Runners at the corners, 2 men out. Another one sent foul.
He's just fouling them off till he gets something he wants to hit.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes.
Ball.
Slider stayed too low. Ball 2.
What we're seeing here is a really smart at bat. They got to be thinking the man on the mound is getting a little short on gas. So when you go up there and make him throw a bunch of pitches, you're more likely to get a good pitch to hit, or at least force him out of the game.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Chopped weakly to the left. Throw on to first will be in time, and the Mariner rally gets turned away as the inning is over. Mariners leave a couple, but they still hold a commanding 9-1 lead. So coming to the plate, Jake Smolinski. He'll start things out as we begin the fifth.
Number 5, Jake Smolinski.
Here comes the first pitch. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1.
Well, he's really having good success in this game. And, you know, looking at it, you go, how's he doing it? Well, it's surely not the first pitch strike. I mean, he's a little over 60% first pitch strikes. That's good. It's not great. For the type of success he's having, you can't figure it out.
And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. A high fastball is in there.
We are watching him reach back and just challenge it with the fastball. Now we got a 1-2 count, and that's 3 fastballs in a row.
Hard on the ground towards short. Segura fields it cleanly. And a leap over at first, but he comes down with his foot on the bag to record the out.
Now batting, catcher, Josh Begley.
Striding in, Josh Begley. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. Lays off 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Outside with the cut fastball there, and it's a 2-ball count. And this will be fouled away. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Heading out towards shallow right. Under it is Cruz now for out number 2.
The center fielder, number 11, Rajay Davis.
Ready for another shot now. Rajay Davis. 3rd trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. First offering on its way. Swing and a liner toward the gap in left center. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the A's. They trail big. It's 9-1. Sean Manaea gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. Digging in once again, Gerard Dyson. He'll lead things off as we begin the home fifth.
Gerard Dyson.
In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0. And he takes a cold strike 1. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Fouled straight back. And They'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
Well, that was a classic strikeout pitch with the changeup down right there. He just missed. You know, he hit fastball, then came back with the changeup. I think he comes back with another fastball in. You got him guessing now for sure.
And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's working full now at 3-2. And here's a slider, strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
That's what you call clipping the outside corner. Great movement on that slider, and it completely locked up the hitter. Didn't fool the umpire, though.
Into the box now, Gene Segura. Swing and a liner. Foul. One out, nobody on.
Nope.
Now a fastball off the plate away. A ball and a strike. Here it comes on 1-1. On the ground up the middle. And that'll get on through into center, and he's got himself a 1-out hit. Digging in, Nelson Cruz. 2 hits and 3 at-bats for him in this one. First pitch on its way.
Nope.
And that one stayed too low, apparently. Runner at first here, 1 man out. And he'll step off the rubber and go to first. And he'll get back in safely. Cruz awaits the 1-0. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Got a big pass at a slider that gets past him.
He had some really good late action on that slider right there. It's hard to do anything with that pitch unless you're sitting on it and catch it out front before it breaks all the way in.
Runners on first with 1 down. Segura runs. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The throw. He's far too late as he steals second with ease. Don't know if that was a true hit and run there with 2 strikes or not, but he's into second base safely on the strikeout. Ready once again, Kyle Seager. He singled earlier, making him 1 for 2 to this point. Here comes the first pitch. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Fastball at 94 miles an hour, and it's 1-1.
Pretty adamant about working him inside right now. Back-to-back fastballs, and that one was able to find the zone.
Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate.
Well, he's out in front of that breaking ball right there. Not surprised. That was after that fastball. Nice job of pitching, kind of keeping him off balance.
Grounded to short. Simeon's there. Oh, and it sailed right over his head at first. And he'll come in to score from second base, and that is a direct result, obviously, of that poor throw.
Those are plays that cost you ball games. You're already losing, and then you make an error like that to compound things. That's how things snowball on you, and you start to feel like you can't do anything right.
Here comes the second baseman, Robinson Cano. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. One-0 count. Here it is. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. A runner on first with 2 away. High in the air out to center field. Davis will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. So 1 run here, 1 hit, 1 error, and a runner left. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. The Mariners are on top, 10-1. Digging in and looking for more, Marcus Semien. And through 5 turns at bat, they've only mustered a total of 3 hits. Not terrible, but they're certainly not firing on all cylinders.
Well, it's getting a little bit too late in this game if this continues like this. In today's game, with so many dominant bullpen arms, you certainly don't want to wait until the 8th or 9th to try to wake the bats up.
And down in the Mariner bullpen, it looks like a right-hander's up to throw. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field, and that'll get down for a base hit. So he goes after the first pitch, and it's early trouble here this half of the inning.
Well, this ball's hit off the wall. He hit it awfully hard. Now, I thought it was a good move to stop, because a lot of times you go, oh, he's dogging. It looked like he was going pretty good, but I think they were going to throw him out. Good read to get back to first.
Into the box, Joey Wendell. As he'll come up empty there as he misses the off-speed pitch for strike 1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Ball chopped foul here at the plate, and he's behind 0-2. A runner at first with no outs here. Low with a fastball here in the dirt even. It's ball 1.
On 0-2, you'll sometimes get a guy to chase a fastball out of the zone away or up, but when it's way down like that, it's much easier to lay off because you can tell the ball is moving further away from eye level as it comes in.
Well, this will be pulled in out there in left center. Well hit, but a rough out number 1.
The left fielder, number 2, Chris Davis.
Digging in to try it again, Chris Davis. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch.
Yep,
and he'll look at a fastball just off the black, and it's even at 1.
He's obviously been very impressive on the mound in this one, and I think the big reason why is his ability to stay out of the middle of the zone. That's kind of obvious, but it's clear to me that even when he misses his spots, he's not missing over the plate.
A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch.
That's ball 2.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Hitter's up right here, man. Those are 2 close pitches right there, and you got the call to hitter. You got to feel pretty good that he's seeing what you're seeing.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. Now a double play ball here as this is on the ground to third.
He's out.
On to first, it's a double play. As their woes continue, the inning is over. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. We're back with more on this Saturday night after this. Digging in once again, Danny Valencia. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far.
Danny Valencia.
Here's the first pitch to him. Leaves a slider right over the middle.
Oh, that was a good-looking slider to hit. He kind of hung him one. When you got a slider right there and it's spinning towards you, that's the one you annihilate.
And that's up in the zone a bit, but a called strike. 0-2.
Well, it's awful difficult, Matt, to hit when you find yourself down 0-2, but particularly when you haven't even swung the bat yet. Now you're in protect mode, and you haven't taken one swing.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
One of the toughest pitches they hit, the straight changeup, right? El Cambio. Hadn't seen it in that entire at bat. What happens? Gets the string pulled on him right there. Had no chance to put that ball in play.
Here now is Mike Zunino. And he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball. 1-0. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And a fastball just a bit up. Bases are empty. 1 man out. On the ground down the first baseline. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time. And that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
Ready once again, Mike Freeman. He was punched out looking at strike 3 last time through. Into the windup and the pitch. And that one stayed up a little high. Two out, nobody on. This is fought off foul over to the right side. It's a ball and a strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole.
This is just great pitching. They start him off with the slider to get the strike, and then they bust him in with a fastball. I don't know what he's thinking up there, but they really are messing with his mind right now.
Now the pitch. Swings him down for the final out of the inning. 1-2-3 go the Mariners. They hang on to their 10-1 lead. Welcome back to Safeco Field here in Seattle. This one pretty much all over, but the shouting as we check our game summary to see how we've gotten to where we are. Chris Heston comes on to start the inning, and he'll have a huge lead to work with.
Number 32, Chris Heston.
Next in at the plate is Ryan Healy. He struck out twice thus far, so we'll see if he can fare any better here.
Ryan Healy.
And double-barreled action now in the Mariner bullpen as both a left-hander and a right-hander start to throw. High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball 1. And now a pitch on the way. Sinker stays outside and is behind now 2-0.
We've seen him go down on strikes more than once in this game, so this has been a better approach by him at this at bat. Much more patient, and he's gotten himself into a good hitter's count.
Strike called. 2-1.
Love the pitch call there. 2-0. You know the guy's geared up for a fastball, and you drop a changeup in the zone. That's going to be a tough pitch to handle.
And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1.
Now this is a leadoff at bat. Great patience, and he's just waiting for that pitch. That's too good to pass up.
Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Hit on the ground to short. Segura has it. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Now batting, the first baseman, Mark Canha.
Striding in once again, Mark Hanna comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch coming. Here it is. First pitch sinker misses in on the hands that time. It's a ball and no strikes. One out, nobody on. In tight with the sinker. Ball 2. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Outside and low, 3-0. Adam Rosales is on deck. Got to find the strike zone. Here's the 3-0. A knee-high sinker. Tough pitch. Strike 1.
Good pitch right there from the reliever. Tough for hitters to do much with pitches in that location unless they're looking for it.
Ready on 3-1. Here it comes. And that's outside. He lost him. Ball 4.
You know, it takes a lot of discipline to watch a pitch like that go by, but on a 3-1 count, he had the luxury of being a little bit more selective up there. Good take and a walk is the result.
Ready for another shot now. Adam Rosales 0 for 2 on his line thus far. First delivery to him on the way. Breaking ball just misses the inside corner.
Looked like he was trying to work in a front door curveball there, but it seemed like it popped out of his hand a little early, causing it to miss inside.
Hey. 1-0 is a curveball that's over for strike 1. Set. Here comes the 1-1. Looks at a curveball called for a strike.
Well, now it's a 1-2 count. He's thrown the same pitch 3 times in a row. He got ahead with it. Now let's see if he puts him away with it.
The 1-2 pitch. Ran that one in on him a bit, as this time it's tapped foul at home plate. Here he comes again, 1-2, and he got him.
Oh man, he's been absolutely getting overmatched late the last couple of games. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone. So clearly this pitching staff, they figured out how to attack this guy. We'll see if he can make any adjustments.
In now, Jake Smolinski, as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike 1. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Set with the 0-1, and the changeup is way low that time. One and 1. Here it comes, and there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low. Set, and the 2-1 pitch. Line drive to left, and that'll get down for a base hit. Oh, and it eats him up a bit.
Well, every at bat counts. I mean, it's a nice piece of hitting. It's late in the game, and obviously a losing cause.
Catcher.
I'll take my single.
Josh Begley.
Stepping in now, Josh Begley. check swing and a pop-up now to the left side. And Seager will put this one away to retire the side.
It's time for the
A's
traditional
strand a couple.
seventh-inning stretch.
They're down 9. It's 10-1. Stepping up to the plate, Taylor Motter will try and get something started in the home half of the 7th. Looks like the right-hander's gotten up to throw now with the Oakland pen. In there for strike 1, 0-1. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. There's a well-hit ball out to right center field. Around first, he's digging for second. And he's going to get to second now with nobody out.
That's what happens when a slider doesn't do what you want it to do. That was just one of those cement mixers, kind of just spinning but doing nothing. Nice job of punishing that pitch and picking up 2 bags on 1 swing.
Here's Gerard Dyson as it's on the ground toward the hole. Wendell scoops it up. Quick out number 1.
Up next for Seattle, the shortstop, Gene
Segura standing in. He's got 3 hits, including a double to this point. And this is going to be a foul ball.
Oh, that's one he's going to want back right there. A fastball right in your wheelhouse, and you foul it.
And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. 1 out and a runner on third. Takes this the other way to right. In there, base hit, and that ought to get the run in from third.
Well, he's having a heck of a game. 2 RBIs before that at bat. And then
right fielder number 23.
Right 3 RBIs tonight. Good for him.
One over to first, and he's back easily. Here's Nelson Cruz now as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point. Wide, 2-0.
On 2-0, you can bet he's looking for a fastball that he can turn on and drive. Might be thinking about picking on that big hole between first and second.
Matt, this is where that guy on first base is distracting the pitcher. I guarantee you, he's down 2-0. He's not focused on the hitter. This is where you get hurt. I love it when a guy on first can run.
Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Grounder down the line at third, but this will get fouled. 2-1. Set and the 2-1 pitch.
3 balls.
Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3. There's Kyle Seager in the on-deck circle. We'll see him next. Runners on first with 1 down. That's in there, and it'll run the count to full. 3-2.
Well, I don't know what he was sitting on right there, but that's the pitch you want. You're heading the count, and you get a fastball right there, middle in. I don't know. I had to swing at that.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Once again, a 3-2. And misses with that one for ball 4. So that'll put runners on first and second now with one away.
Wow, all I know is these guys don't need any more help to get on base. Believe it or not, that's the first walk they've gotten. They've done all their damage the hard way. See if they can add to it here.
Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. He's set, and the pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Set to deliver the 0-1. And the slider stayed low apparently for a ball. High in the air out towards shallow right. Smolinski will come in a bit and put it away for the second out of the inning.
The batter, second baseman, Robinson Cano.
Now at the plate, Robinson Cano. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. Here's the 0-1. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball 1.
That pitch right there, he's trying to keep him from getting his arms extended. If it's out over the plate more, he can obviously do a lot of damage with it.
Here it comes on 1-1. Outside, 2-1.
Boy, he better get it back together here quick because he's got 2 guys on already. He's starting to lose location of that strike zone. He's got to throw a strike right here.
Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. And a whiff at a good slider that time.
When he is on, that slider is one of the best pitches in all baseball. That's why he's so tough to those lefties.
3-2 now.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Full count here. Here comes the pitch.
Ball 4, pitches down.
And Cano's able to lay off that time. He'll reach on the base on ball.
That's a big no-no. He obviously had to work carefully with 2 men on, but he did not want to walk it to load the bases. Now he's really got his work cut out for him. We'll see how he fares here.
Ready for another chance? Danny Valencia. He's doubled and singled in 4 at-bats in this contest. First pitch coming. Here it is.
Ball.
And a fastball just below the knees. Ball 1.
Hey, 2 walks in this inning already, so he can't expect to stay out there much longer if he puts somebody else on. We'll see if he can find it.
2 out, bases loaded. And he misses again here. 2-0 to the Mariner third baseman.
Putting himself in a pretty bad situation now on 2-0 and the base is loaded. He basically doesn't have much of an option but to challenge him right here.
Hoping to limit the damage. Here's the pitch. Down low, and the clock thickens here. 3-0.
Well, nothing can make you question yourself on that mound more than 3 straight balls to a guy you know that you should go right after. Sometimes you just lose the strike zone and you don't know why.
Ready with the 3-0. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
Taking all the way there, and a walk could be huge here, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's got the bat on his shoulder again on the next pitch.
Swinging bunt to the mound. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. M's pick up a run on 2 hits. 8th inning coming up. The M's lead it 11-1. Striding into the box, Rajay Davis. No hits in 3 tries so far. He struck out once.
Rajay Davis.
Into the windup and the pitch. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
Objective number 1 right here is finding a way to get on base. So I'm not surprised to see him taking on the first pitch there.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
Nope,
Lays off the sinker here. A ball and a strike.
That would look like it could easily have gone the other way. There's a big difference between 0-2 and 1-1. But now this next pitch probably becomes the biggest of the at-bat.
That nibbled
Outside,
the corner
that's a
there, but missed. 2-1. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And that changeup didn't tempt anybody and misses for ball 3. Marcus Semien will be next. The 3-1 coming to Davis. And he gets ahead with a sinker on the outside.
3-2.
And he struck him out. Second time tonight now that he's been set down on strikes. Certainly not the most competitive game the 3 of us have ever witnessed. 11-1 our score as we head to the finish line finally in this one. Now at the plate, Marcus Semien. He's 2 for 3 thus far. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. On its way, the 0-1 pitch.
Nope.
And that sinker misses at the shoe tops. Ball 1. One and one. Here it comes. This one's chopped foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And he's able to fight this one off. Foul to the right, and the count will hold at 1-2. Bases are empty. 1 man out. A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the 2nd out.
That has to make you feel really good as a pitcher, right? You're making pitches all around the zone, and then you bring that one inside. You can't do anything with it. What does it do? It just locks you up inside. You have no chance to put the ball in play.
Into the box now, Joey Wendell. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Chasing after it is Dyson. He makes the play. A great catch on the run to retire the side. A's are gone in order. They trail by double digits, 11-1. Now at the plate, Mike Zunino. He'll get things started now in the bottom of inning number 8.
Number 3, Mike Zunino.
Pitch on its way now to Zunino. A high fastball is in there.
0-1's the count.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. There's a changeup over the outside corner.
So 2 pitches in a row on the outside corner for strikes. You think he stays out there?
I think he does. One thing you don't want to do, though, Matt, it's not a good idea to throw the same hitter, the same pitch 3 times in a row, back to back to back, but I think he might throw it here.
Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Well, he certainly wasn't intimidated on the mound right there. He had to stare down a really good hitter. Instead of working around the zone, he challenged him with 3 straight good pitches. I like that he didn't give his opponent too much credit.
And the next batter will be Mike Freeman, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Driven nicely into the gap. He takes the turn and heads for second. And he'll pull into second with one away. But baseball is a game of streaks and runs, and he is on one right now.
Yeah, and you've got to ride these streaks as long as you possibly can, and he's doing that coming in right here. Came into this game on fire with the stick, and he's doing that here.
That's now 2 hits so far for him in this one. And now a left-hander will start to get ready in the bullpen. Taylor Motter steps into the box.
That's outside.
As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. It's been a 2-for-4 effort for him so far in the ball game. A 1-0 delivery. Over towards the dugout, but this one will get into the stands. He's set. Here comes the 1-1.
You got 2 balls.
And a neck-high fastball that time. Ready with 2 balls and a strike. Grounded foul toward the coaching box at third. And it's 3-2 now to the number 9 hitter. Gerard Dyson waits on deck. Full count here. Here comes the pitch. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And nope, this one falls, so he'll get another shot. The next 3-2. And another foul ball.
That was the 4th foul ball in this at bat. He was really making him work.
Just staying alive, putting together a really good at bat here. He'll try it again. 3-2. Late on the fastball there as this one skied out toward right. Smolinski is over just a few steps to his left as he takes it for out number 2.
The center fielder, number 1, Gerard
Stepping
Dyson.
in and ready for another shot, Gerard Dyson. He's looking for his 3rd hit of the ball game here. Here's the first pitch to him. A changeup right on the outside corner for a strike. The 0-1 delivery. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. 2 out here and a runner at second. Fastball not close. It's 2-1 now. He's set and the 2-1 pitch. A little too tall that time. 3-1 now. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. And that's going to fall for a base hit. Throwing to second, but he'll get in there with an RBI double. So So much of this game is situational hitting, guys. Nice job there.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to pick the teammates up. Shouldn't have given a chance. And he doesn't try to do too much right here. He just takes what's there. Safely on second, and his buddy is high-fiving teammates in the dugout.
Standing in now, Gene Segura, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. 4 hits already in this one and looking for number 5 here. Comes set and the 0-1. Now a flare out toward right center. Oh, and he misses it. The runner from second crosses the plate.
Well, if anybody was wondering why they're losing, there's the reason. You're given a chance to make a big play, you've got to make it. Or you're going to be on the wrong end of games more often than not.
Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now. Into the box, Nelson Cruz. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1. It was a walk in his last trip. Now we'll snap one off over to the bag. But the runner's back easily. Cruz awaits the 1-0. Fastball that just misses inside.
Well, both of those balls have been inside, so if I'm hitting, I'm looking for something I can get my arms extended on. Probably won't come back inside for a third time.
Two 2-0 pitch on the way. Outside, 3-0 now.
Well, this has been a long inning already, and I know he doesn't want it to get any longer. I expect a challenge pitch right here.
He's set. Here's the 3-0. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. Throw in time and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 2 base hits, 1 error in the inning, and 1 man left on. 9th inning coming up. The Mariners lead it 13-1. Back now in the beautiful Pacific Northwest as we're set for what's left of this one from Safeco Field. Here's Chris Davis now, starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
Ninth inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. Little chopper back to the mound. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
Now batting, third baseman, Ryan Healy.
Striding in, Ryan Healy. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Fly ball out toward right field. Under it is Cruz now for out number 2.
Now batting, the first baseman, Mark Canha.
So now it's Mark Canha. A couple of walks for him thus far. First pitch of the at-bat. Takes a good curveball at the knees. The windup and the 0-1. Sinker. 1 ball, 1 strike. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1. Ready on 3-1. Here it comes. And he takes ball 4 again. And they clearly just don't want any part of him in this one.
That is just a great at-bat there. When you're down late, you need base runners any way you can get them. And that never-say-die mentality could be the difference. We'll see how it plays out.
So stepping in, Adam Rosales. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Curveball looked at here for strike 1. A curveball hit right back at him. Throw on the first to be in time to get him, and the Mariners have bounced back from consecutive losses to take game 3 of the series as this ball game is over.
Well, just an excellent job right here closing this one out. He just collected the first save of his career. Got to start somewhere.
13-1 is the final lopsided score. The Seattle Mariners wrap out 19 hits. Drew Smyly earns his 8th victory of the season. Chris Bassett gave up a whopping 9 earned runs in the losing effort. Chris Heston takes the rare 3-inning save, his first of the year. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, follow us on Twitter at MLB The
Time of
Show.
the ball game, 3 hours and 42 minutes. A reminder that extra post-game trains will be available at the King Street Station, located just north of Safeco Field. Metro Transit buses are also available at stations on First Avenue, Royal Brom Way, and Edgar Martinez Drive.